A violent gangster murders his girlfriend.
I fired 2 shots down the hallway.
He runs to Mexico to hide from his deadly past.
He has a reckless disregard for human life.
One person uncovers his secret.
You son of a you killed her.
As the cops close in, will this fugitive kill again?
Back a cat up in the corner, man. It's gonna try to find its way out.
April 20th, 2006. Jacksonville, Florida. Gangster Robert Spencer is in a drug-fueled fight with his girlfriend.
No! Why do you always accuse me of stuff?
Spencer is just 22 years old. Word on the street is he's a violent criminal with a hair-trigger temper.
Get out! Get out! Don't push me!
I started off as a pee-wee gangster, and I earned my rank up in the gangster disciples in my city. I've been on countless missions. I sold drugs. I've used weapons, force.
I've seen you down the street with that guy Daniel. You know how I feel about
Spencer has a taste for cocaine and a passion for guns.
I guess it's just the power behind it. Carry a firearm, you know, knowing you got the power to take someone's life.
Spencer believes his girlfriend, Desiree Barrett, is cheating on him with another Jacksonville drug dealer. It's a slap in the face, and Spencer wants to teach Desiree a lesson.
I fired 2 shots down the hallway.
Don't! No!
Where I could see in the trailer, then I stepped off the dirt mound and walked forward a little bit and fired 2 more shots. I heard her scream, so I didn't think nothing of it.
Desiree is hit. Spencer flees. Inside, Desiree is lying in a pool of blood. The next morning, he asks his friend, Michael Richardson, to give him a ride back to Desiree's trailer. Spencer says he needs to see if Desiree is okay.
Is everything all right, man?
Not really.
I told him I shot into the trailer that I could be in trouble, you know what I'm saying, but I'm not sure.
What?
Spencer enters the trailer cautiously. On the floor before him is Desiree's body. She's dead.
I'm just like, you know, it was a shocker. It was a big eye-opener, like, damn. My whole life changed just like that. I just became a wanted man.
Spencer knows it won't be long before police come looking for him. He makes a quick run home.
Grabbed all my shoes, all the newest clothes I had, all my hats, threw it in the backpack. I had like about 8 pounds of weed, about 7 ounces of coke.
What's going on?
He tells his roommate he won't be coming back. Spencer and Richardson head south. As soon as they're out of town, Spencer throws the murder weapon out the window. His only plan is to get as far away from the crime scene as he can.
I made a bad choice, and that's the way it turned out.
Back in Jacksonville, one of Spencer's drug customers stops by the trailer to score some cocaine. There's no answer, but curiously, the door is open. He's stunned to find a dead woman on the floor. He anonymously calls police.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know.
He just said, hey, I just saw a dead body. I think somebody's dead over there.
Darren Gardner is the lead prosecutor assigned to the Barrett murder case. He arrives on the scene less than an hour after the call comes in.
When we walked in, it was apparent she had a gunshot wound to the left abdomen. I mean, it was a big bullet, you know, but I don't think she died right away. I do think she suffered.
Police find 4 .45 caliber shell casings on the ground just outside the front window. The trajectory of the bullets shows that all 4 shots are tightly focused on the area inside the trailer where Desiree was standing.
And so it was apparent that somebody knew exactly where, had a pretty good idea where she was when they fired the shots.
Several neighbors ID Spencer as the man they saw fighting with Desiree the night of the shooting. The Jacksonville police believe he's the killer.
He has a reckless disregard for human life, and that's exactly what it is. Absolutely, armed and dangerous, absolutely. He needs to be off the street immediately.
Hey, Mr. Stark, how you doing?
Detectives question Spencer's roommate, David Stark.
After he packed up and left,
Stark describes Spencer's strange behavior the morning after the murder.
He was covered in mud, very dirty. His words were he was bugged out. You know, definitely looked like something was wrong.
What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Told him that he needed to leave.
You ain't gonna see me for a while.
He said, why? He says, the less you know, the better.
It's been 2 days since the murder. Spencer and Richardson are now just outside of Orlando. They're binging on coke, and Richardson's mind is spinning out of control.
I probably picked the worst person to give me a ride out of town, because this dude was real paranoid, you know what I'm saying?
Richardson can't shake the feeling that they're being followed by undercover cops. He's distracted and all over the road.
He's telling me, like, if they get behind us, I'm gonna go on a high-speed chase, I'm gonna crash the car.
Spencer has Richardson stop at a roadside bar. He figures a couple of drinks might calm their nerves.
I'm waiting for him. I guess he stayed in the car to do some more coke. So I'm in there shooting pool. You know, minutes going by, I'm like, where's this dude at? You know what I mean?
Minutes later, he steps outside to check on his friend, but Richardson is nowhere to be found.
I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where I'm at. I was like, man, not now.
He's on his own, no ride, no place to go, and hiding from police. As a patrol car rolls through the parking lot, Spencer knows he's very close to getting caught.
I know I'm sticking out like a sore thumb, you know?
He walks down the street and tries to act casual. He's planning his next move when Richardson's car appears out of nowhere.
Hey! I'm like, pull over, man, what's up? He said he had freaked out and he thought I was gonna hurt him or whatnot. I said, man, where you get this from, you know what I mean?
and just drive where I tell you to drive, and everything will be okay.
Spencer sees that Richardson's been on the phone.
Who are you calling?
He knows that kind of carelessness could give the cops a lead on where they are.
I said, who are you talking to? He said he was talking to his ex-wife. I said, man, give me the phone, man. He gave me the phone, so I tossed it out the window.
The two make their way back to the highway and head further south. It's not long before Richardson makes another big mistake. As they pull up to a toll booth, they see a highway patrol car parked at the side of the road. Spencer tells Richardson to keep cool, but Richardson panics and hits the gas.
What are you doing, dude?
They race through the booth without paying the toll.
He just guns it. So we're going down a little farther, and all of a sudden we see some flashing lights behind us.
A highway patrol car is hot on their trail.
Go!
We still got a little bit of coke. We still got like 8 pounds of weed in the car. He's high on coke, I mean, damn. They're gonna arrest us, detain us, run the names. Next thing you know, I'm wanted for questions for homicide, and my butt's going back to Jacksonville.
What are you doing, dude? You're gonna get us caught.
Can they outrun the cops, or do authorities have this fugitive in their grasp?
Get out!
Don't lie to me, wench!
It's been 18 hours since Robert Spencer murdered his girlfriend in Jacksonville, Florida. He decided to run from the law. Now, he's a few miles north of Orlando. His friend Michael Richardson is at the wheel of a getaway car. Richardson panics when he sees a cop and blows through a toll booth.
What are you doing, dude?
Now the cop is in full pursuit and closing in from behind.
He's gonna search the car, he's gonna find the weed, you know. He's gonna find whatever else we got in the car, whatever cocaine he has stashed.
Drive the car!
If they get pulled over, Spencer knows his life on the run will end before it even gets started.
My mentality, whatever happens, happens. Anything not to get caught, right?
Man, what are you doing? Go!
This is not good, man.
Suddenly, at the last moment, the officer flies past their vehicle. He's after someone else. Spencer knows he's been given a second chance. He makes a quick decision, split from Richardson before he makes another costly mistake.
He was making the whole situation worse, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta babysit him instead of think what I gotta do, you know, and that really wasn't going good for me.
Come on, dude, pull the car over now.
No, man.
When the traffic slows at an intersection,
No.
Spencer makes his move.
Well, what are you doing, man?
As he hits the asphalt, the rear wheel rolls over his foot. Miraculously, Spencer is unhurt, but he somehow loses his right shoe in the chaos.
One shoe, that's it. I'm running in the middle of Orlando. I don't know where I'm at.
The scene plays out in front of several witnesses, and Spencer is worried someone will call police. He hides in a nearby park.
I just sat there for a minute, tried to get my mind straight, tried to see what was going to happen after me jumping in front of the car, see if there was any police action, because I still had the view of the main road where I jumped out of.
He's been on the run less than 24 hours and knows he needs to come up with a better strategy to avoid getting caught.
I figured if I surrounded myself with people that didn't know me, that just took me for meeting me, I wouldn't have nothing to worry about, because what another person doesn't know can't hurt me.
Even if he was never caught, he would always be looking over his shoulder because he knows that, you know, somebody's looking for him.
Back.
Spencer heads out on his own.
My motto is I hope for the best and expect the worst, you know. I know I ain't gonna be running for my whole life. I'm just going till the wheels fall off.
He slips into a department store to buy clothes and a new pair of shoes.
I'm gonna head west. I don't know where I'm going west. I just know I'm getting out of Florida. I know that for sure.
He gets on a bus in Orlando and heads for California. Spencer's careful to keep his route well clear of the Jacksonville area, where he's sure authorities are on the lookout. Members of Spencer's old gang offer him a place to stay in San Diego. When his bus pulls into town, a man named D is there to pick him up.
D? Yep. He didn't know me personally. He didn't know my background. He didn't know my past. He didn't really know me as a person.
Spencer rents a room from D and gets a job at a local restaurant. For now, he's going straight.
Okay, I'm on the run, yeah. Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't need to know that. I'm camouflaging myself as a productive citizen, you know?
Back in Jacksonville, detectives are hard at work on the case. Spencer's mugshot is shown on TV and posted online. Before long, the leads start to trickle in.
There's a rumor he was in Miami, that he had committed suicide, and then we started getting some pretty good leads about some friends in Tallahassee helping him out.
Look, Mr. Richardson, now is the time.
Police find Michael Richardson, the man who drove Spencer to Orlando.
I don't remember.
He was very reluctant, very scared to get involved.
Are you okay?
And they keep a close watch on Spencer's mother back in Jacksonville.
I think she knew a lot more than she was telling us, because we had cell phone records from her and him after that where there looked like there was some communication, but you know, she wasn't going to say anything to us.
By now, police assume Spencer is far from Florida. They call in the U.S. Marshals to help track him down.
This case will remain open until he gets caught. So We were never going to give up on the case.
Don Vasquez is with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force in Southern California. He's been chasing fugitives for more than 20 years. Vasquez checks bus records and finds out about Spencer's ride to San Diego. He believes Spencer is still hiding out somewhere in the area. With no other leads, all Vasquez can do is wait until Spencer does something to get noticed.
Sooner or later, it's gonna happen, where they're gonna slip up and make a mistake. It never failed.
It has been 7 weeks since the murder.
I'm getting my GED.
And Spencer is trying to live below the radar. A friend is giving him a ride to work when a patrol car pulls up behind them.
5744 1195.
Crap. Totally getting pulled over.
Spencer has made a big mistake.
West Avenue and State Street.
I'm like, damn. I just touched down the place where I'm gonna stay at. We get pulled over.
The car matches the description of a stolen vehicle. The police approach the car. They have no idea a dangerous fugitive sits inside.
Robert Spencer will do whatever it takes to get away, including killing a police officer.
But this time, Spencer decides to play it cool and see how things unfold.
I can't show no worry, you know. I can't give him no suspicion, you know what I'm saying?
Sir, do you have ID on you as well?
If the officer is able to check that identification with the database, should be able to come up with the wanted fugitive, armed and dangerous.
Spencer is still carrying his old Florida ID, complete with his real name and information.
Stay in the car, okay? And I'll be right back to you in just a minute.
Okay.
He rolls the dice.
Just handle the ID. Yes, sir, no, sir, here you go. Polite, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
He's betting the cop won't run his name in the National Criminal Database. It's a high-stakes gamble, and things could turn ugly fast.
Whatever happens, happens. Survival of the fittest. That's what it's gonna be.
Once they determined that there was no issues with the car and the driver no issues, then there was no need for that officer to go any further.
All right, drive safely.
Thank you very much.
The officers unknowingly let a fugitive murderer slip right through their fingers.
We just looked like two people riding in a car. You know, there was no suspicion, so they let us go. Their biggest thing was, y'all need to get y'all's Florida's ID switched over to California's. That was their biggest thing. Go about your business.
Spencer knows his luck will eventually run out. He decides to make the most of his freedom and live the high life for as long as he can. He starts going to nightclubs, dates lots of women, and takes weekend trips to Las Vegas.
I think I'm fixing to get life in prison. I know they ain't gonna execute me, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no capital crime, but I'm thinking life, you know? So I'm gonna live my life before they take my life.
But the good life is about to implode. His case is profiled on a national television crime show. 2 days later, U.S. Marshals get a tip that the fugitive is working nights at a San Diego restaurant.
It really is the most valuable resource we have is the human resource.
U.S. Marshals set up a stakeout and watched for anyone matching Spencer's description.
We knew he had guns before, and we knew he was violent. That was our main concern as arresting agents.
The Marshals establish an armed perimeter around the restaurant. Undercover agents pose as customers inside. Around 4 p.m., employees start showing up for the night shift. The Fugitive Task Force gets ready to make their move. It's been 5 months since Robert Spencer killed his girlfriend in Jacksonville, Florida. U.S. Marshals get a tip that wanted murderer Robert Spencer is working at a San Diego restaurant. The fugitive task force sets up a stakeout. The plan is to use overwhelming force and take down the suspect before anyone gets hurt.
We never know if that is the one tip that's going to lead us to the arrest of the fugitive.
Agents watch the location for several days, but there's no sign of Spencer. Employees confirm that someone matching Spencer's description did work at the restaurant, but he suddenly stopped showing up for his shift.
Some of the employees at the restaurant, they actually believe that he went into Mexico.
No, you just said Mexico. That's all I said.
Days before the stakeout, a member of Spencer's old gang calls to tell him he's been featured on a TV crime show.
He's like, yeah, nah, you for real. He's like, look it up on the internet. So at that point in time, I'm like, damn, my walls are caving in. So I'm thinking, damn, I done worked at 2 restaurants. I done been out in public. I gotta get out of here.
Once again, Spencer's luck has kept him a few steps ahead of the law. He wants to get out of the country fast. He plans to make a new life in Mexico, but he needs some cash to get things started. He's already spent his last paycheck, but Spencer knows where his roommate keeps the rent money.
It wasn't my intention to rob them, but yeah, I was put in that position.
Spencer jumps in a cab and leaves his comfortable San Diego life behind.
Can you take me to the border?
Starting over will be a struggle. But that's the price he has to pay if he wants to stay out of prison.
Every time you think you're comfortable, every time you think stuff is sweet and things are going good, the earthquake could happen. The whole foundation you're standing on could shift, you know?
Before he crosses the border, Spencer makes a call back to Jacksonville.
So I called my brother-in-law back up and I said, listen, man, I love you. You know what I'm saying? Take care of my sister. Let my little girl know I love her. I go, don't worry about me. If I make it, I make it, I make it.
Spencer knows he may never see his family again. Once he crosses the border, there's no coming back.
All right, bye.
You gotta have passport and visa and ID. I didn't have none of that. I lost it all. So once I cross the border, that's it, I'm stuck.
Spencer leaves his legal problems back in the States. Now he's facing a new set of challenges.
I don't know nobody there. I don't speak the language. I ain't got nowhere to go. All I got is the clothes in my back and the money in my pocket.
He may be a tough guy thug back in Jacksonville, but Spencer's got a few things to learn about surviving the mean streets of Tijuana. While buying food on the street, people notice his roll of cash.
So I look behind me and I see this Mexican dude creeping up with like a wooden stick.
Spencer grabs his drink and moves on. He senses a local gang sees him as an easy mark, and they're watching his every move. He makes it to what he thinks is a safer neighborhood and ducks into a small store.
I walk into this like little corner store, and as I'm trying to pay for this body spray, I notice behind me there's movement, so I look and they're trying to close me in the store, and I'm like, man, what the?
Spencer escapes and considers his options.
I was like, man, bump this, huh? I'm getting out of this area ASAP. I'm already running from the police. I don't need to be dealing with all this extra drama.
He spends the next day on the beach near Tijuana, trying to plan his next move. He ends up talking with another American, and the two swap stories about their experiences in Mexico. Spencer says he's looking for a low-stress place where he can hang out and have some fun. The man says Cabo San Lucas is the place to go.
You gotta go to Cabo, man.
Yeah?
Because, yeah, man, people are different down there. The hospitality is different. You know, you ain't gotta be worried about people trying to rob you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Spencer gets on a bus and heads south to Cabo San Lucas. The journey burns through the rest of his cash, so Spencer spends his first few nights in Cabo, sleeping on the beach. He likes the laid-back lifestyle, but he needs to find a way to make some more money. So he falls back on what he knows best, selling drugs. He connects with a small-time dealer, and the two go into business selling pot to tourists.
Getting like an ounce of weed for $5. All you gotta do is sell them a little bit of that to make your money back, and then, you know, we got some food in the stomach, and whatever we got for the day.
He barely makes enough to get by. It's not the stress-free life Spencer was hoping for.
I got a way to survive here, but this can't be it. I can't be sleeping on the beach every night, wearing the same clothes, trying to track down a tourist to see if he wants to buy weed. I mean, I'm bigger than that, you know?
It's a nice boat, man.
Things start to change when an American tour boat operator named Neil offers Spencer a job.
Appreciate it.
He goes, I'll pay you every day for your work. Do you know anything about boating? I said, no, but I'm a fast learner. Bam, snap. I repaired this whole boat for him. I didn't have no experience. He just showed me once, and I took off. I learned what to do. I was painting, fiberglassing, laying decks, sandblasting.
Spencer tells Neil his name is JJ, and he's in Mexico on an extended vacation.
I ain't worried about nothing. I'm like, this is great. Mexican paradise.
Neil introduces Spencer to his friend Jesse, a young Canadian who owns a local tattoo shop. Jesse and the man he knows as JJ quickly become best friends.
We drank, we smoked weed, we liked women, so we vibe. I'm a little bit older than him. He was cool, he was a good dude.
Jesse and his girlfriend let Spencer rent a room in their apartment. Now, Spencer has a legitimate job, friends, and a nice place to stay. He feels like he finally has the life he's been looking for.
A lot of people don't believe me when I say this, but I just started living my life when I was on the run. My life didn't resolve around running drugs here and there and counting money and staying up and having a pistol underneath my pillow or worrying, can I trust this homeboy? It was peaceful, man. I had peace and tranquility. I was living a normal life.
Robert Spencer started to blend in, if you will, with other Americans. They didn't know his true identity or what he had done, or what he's capable of doing.
Back at the U.S. Marshal's office in San Diego, Vasquez keeps working on the case, but the leads have stopped coming in.
We never give up on looking for a fugitive. A case like this where the victim, Desiree, gets killed in such a cold blood, you never give up.
Vasquez alerts Mexican authorities to be on the lookout for the fugitive. Spencer's mugshot is posted in towns near the border. For now, Spencer's managed to slip below the radar. But Vasquez knows it's just a matter of time before Spencer blows his cover. Jesse's mother, Kathy Johnson, comes down to Cabo San Lucas in January of 2007 to spend a few weeks with his son and his friends. She gets to know Spencer.
He was just a likable guy. There was nothing not to like about him. Very respectful to everyone.
We was hanging out, you know. It was me, her son, and his girlfriend. I mean, it's like we were one big family almost.
Spending time with his new friends makes Spencer realize just how much he misses his family back in Jacksonville.
Damn, I'm seeing Jesse vibe with his mom. I'm thinking about my mom. I'm seeing my boss with his little girl. I'm thinking about my little girl, you know, and family. I felt bad, but at the same time, I sucked in that emotion because I couldn't let that emotion tear down what I'm trying to achieve. And really what I'm trying to achieve is freedom here.
But for Spencer, that freedom comes at a high cost. He knows he can't share his new life with his family, and he can't tell Kathy the truth about his past.
He had told me that his parents were deceased. Never brought up his daughter, never brought up anything.
Everything you're doing is fake, you know? Everything's a front.
Spencer is growing tired of living a lie.
What are you doing in Mexico?
And he begins telling Kathy things about his life back in Jacksonville
Actually, I've been wanting to tell you.
But trusting Kathy is a mistake that could cost him his freedom. Fugitive murderer Robert Spencer is living the good life in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. He's been on the run for nearly a year. He knows he can't let his friends know the truth about his past. But as Spencer's relationship with Kathy grows closer,
I had a really good time with you.
She can sense that he's hiding a dark secret.
I could see that he was carrying something that was bothering him. And this is when we started talking.
On the way home after an evening of drinking, Kathy asks Spencer to tell her the real reason he's living in Mexico.
Why are you living here?
He said it's because his girlfriend was murdered. And I said, how's that? He said that this other guy had murdered her.
Actually, I've been wanting to tell you.
Spencer tells Kathy another lie. He's hiding out in Mexico because he's afraid he'll be blamed for a murder he didn't commit.
I didn't tell her the truth, you know what I'm saying? I kind of went around the truth, but I gave her an idea of what had happened, you know what I mean?
My girlfriend in the States.
But Kathy isn't buying it.
There is more to the story. And God is my witness, I thought it was him that did it, right there. I remember finding myself looking at him and looking at his hands and stuff and thinking, you took someone's life.
Are you sure you're the only one?
Kathy decides to keep her suspicions to herself and try to enjoy the last few days of her vacation. But by the time she's ready to leave, Kathy's convinced that the man she knows as JJ is a murderer on the run. Spencer doesn't have a clue.
I didn't really worry about her telling, you know. I just went on resuming my lifestyle that I was building down there.
When Kathy gets home, she's determined to find out the truth about JJ. She gets online and starts looking for information about murders in Jacksonville, Florida. It doesn't take long for her to find a familiar face.
I was sick. I was sick. Big disappointment. I wanted to talk to him right away, just to give him hell, you know, for deceiving me, for deceiving all those people in Mexico.
Now Kathy has to make a decision. Keep quiet and let Spencer be, or call the cops and turn him in.
It took me all night long. I laid in bed. I just laid there and I'm going, do I call? Do I not call? If I call, he's gonna go to jail for the rest of his life.
The next morning, Kathy picks up the phone and calls the FBI.
I think his real name is... He's in Cabo San Lucas and I'm worried about my son.
Love him to death. As my friend, I love him to death. But it doesn't make it okay.
All right, thank you.
Because he took somebody's life, somebody's daughter.
For Deputy Marshal Don Vasquez, this is the break he's been waiting for. He contacts Mexican authorities to start working out the details of Spencer's arrest.
The tipster was very specific about what he was wearing, what he was doing, who he was hanging out with. That tipster is what really broke this case open.
Vasquez tells Kathy it will take several days to coordinate the capture, but she's not willing to just sit at home and wait.
He thought I was a little bit crazy, I think, to even think of going back there and being face to face with this so-called murderer. But I'm a stubborn thing, and my son was involved, and I don't care.
Vasquez warns Kathy that she's heading into a volatile situation.
We do know that Robert Spencer is violent, so we know he's capable of doing that. He did it before. He could do it again.
I had to act and I had to play out like nothing was going on, nothing was wrong.
Kathy returns to Cabo and immediately confronts Spencer about the murder in Jacksonville.
I'll get your bag.
I just looked at him and I go, "You son of a you killed her." And he looked at me, he goes, "What are you talking about, Miss Kathy?" I said, "Don't Miss Kathy me."
I told you I didn't do it.
I just said, don't believe him, it isn't what it is, you know.
I wanted to grab him by the throat and say, "You know what? You're not gonna get away with this."
I didn't do it. I told you I didn't.
But Kathy has got to be careful. If Spencer finds out she's turned him in, he could run, or worse.
He said, "Are they gonna get me?" And I said, "They won't get you." I said, "This is why people come to Mexico."
Brought you a beer.
When the cops ask Kathy to send them a current picture of Spencer, she tries to play it off as a casual snapshot. But Spencer is growing suspicious.
I'm just taking a picture to remember you by.
I'm like, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right.
The next morning, Spencer finds himself alone in the apartment. He knows his friend Jesse has several $1,000s stashed in the kitchen. He considers using the cash to get out of Cabo and make a fresh start somewhere else.
So a part of me is telling, you need to get your butt out of here, man, and go, you're too comfortable, go regroup, go do it. And another part of me is saying, everything's gonna be all right, man. Everything's going good, enjoy it.
Spencer decides he's having too much fun to throw it all away, and he trusts that Kathy won't turn him in. Meanwhile, U.S. Marshals and Mexican police are already setting up for the capture.
We knew that he was a dangerous individual. We knew that there may be weapons involved.
Guillermo Gonzalez is an agent with Mexico's Fugitive Recovery Task Force. It's his job to work closely with U.S. Marshals and orchestrate the capture of Robert Spencer.
U.S. authorities, they don't have jurisdiction in Mexico. That's why there's task force like the one that I participated in.
Nearly 24 armed officers set up in strategic positions around Spencer's apartment complex. They plan to leave him no way to escape.
Pretty much lay out a net and hope that he walks through it.
The task force is ready for Spencer to put up a fight. They order neighbors to stay inside their apartments, out of the path of any possible crossfire.
We know that the person may be armed. We definitely know that he's dangerous. So we have to take all precautions.
With the complex secure, the officers are poised to enter Spencer's apartment.
They were definitely ready for a gunfight if necessary.
They storm the apartment, ready to take the fugitive Robert Spencer, dead or alive. Robert Spencer has been on the run for more than 11 months. Finally, the cops are closing in. He's wanted for murder in Jacksonville, Florida. Spencer's apartment in Cabo San Lucas is completely surrounded. A Mexican SWAT team has kicked in the door and is ready to take down the fugitive. Police search the apartment, but Spencer is nowhere to be found.
Ms. Johnson, I'm the U.S. Marshal.
Kathy tells detectives that he's at the beach with her son, Jesse,
Tourist agent, Cabo San Lucas.
and could be gone for several hours.
Do you know if he has a weapon with him right now?
The authorities can't risk Spencer getting tipped off about the bust. They need to get him back to the apartment now.
Can you go ahead and call him now and try and get...
The detectives tell Kathy to call her son.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, Jesse.
She kept calling, like, when y'all coming home? When y'all coming home? And I'm just like, damn, what's going on? You know what I mean?
He was completely oblivious to the fact that he was being searched for, so he had absolutely no clue what was going on.
We gotta go, guys.
Canal 10, listo?
Spencer and his friends head home. As their car pulls up to the apartment, authorities are watching his every move.
We knew that this guy was very cold in the ways that he did business. So we were very, very careful. We didn't take any chances whatsoever.
Spencer climbs out of the car and enters the apartment courtyard. More than 20 well-armed police have him right where they want him.
He basically walked into the trap. He really had no chance of getting away, whether he was alive or whether he was dead. He was not getting away.
All pistols drawn on me, and I'm just like, what? First instinct was to turn around and run.
Spencer tries to put up a fight, but he doesn't have a chance.
Under arrest, do not move.
So I said, well, obviously you know who the hell I am if you're going through all this trouble, you know?
It doesn't take long for the police to make a positive ID.
We were able to identify him, particularly with the tattoo on his neck. That's what pretty much gave us the red flag that that was him.
Spencer's past has finally caught up with him. Kathy watches from the balcony as the cops drag him away.
I felt this horrible, horrible feeling. You just don't know if you're doing right or you're doing wrong.
That was a very good feeling to see Robert Spencer in custody.
Spencer's 11-month flight from justice is finally over.
Got time to face the music, man up. Okay, you ain't on the run no more. Now we gotta face what you were running from. You know what I mean?
Today, Robert Spencer is inmate J16010 at the Century Correctional Institution in northwestern Florida. For the murder of Desiree Barrett, he's sentenced to 32 years behind bars. Even with good behavior, Spencer won't be eligible for parole until 2039.
The lie's over. And ain't nothing lasts forever. The world's not even gonna last forever.